people are, so maybe they're here to represent.
Needs a hammer.
Good evening, everyone. The 561st meeting of the Planning Board of the Village of Depew will come to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Member Soha?
Here.
Member Fedorovich?
Here.
Member Matuzak?
Here.
Member Morawski?
Here.
Chairman Maciejewski?
Here. Would everybody please rise for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Give notification of emergency exits, please.
The emergency exits are located to my left and to the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or emergency, please move in an orderly fashion to the exits and evacuate the building.
Thank you. So we have one item on the agenda for tonight. It's for the property located at 4854 Broadway. Could we have the legal notice, please?
Please take notice that the Village of Depew Planning Board will hold a hearing on Thursday, April 4th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Pre-board meeting begins at 6:30 p.m. in the conference room in the council chambers of the municipal building, 85 Manitou Street, Depew, New York, to consider the application for submission by Lida Kasimi on behalf of 121 Auto Repair for the property located at 4854 Broadway Street, Depew, New York, 14043. The following matters to be reviewed. They are requesting the following. Requesting a special use permit to operate an automotive repair shop in a C2 zone as per Chapter 260, Subset 260-27, under the guidelines of Chapter 260, Subset 260-33N. Any and all persons interested in such application be heard at this time.
Hey, who is here representing the project? Is anyone here representing the submitted project? Let the record show the applicant nor anyone representing the applicant was present at the meeting. So we had a submittal that did not make it in time to get advertised. Speaking with the legal department, we can hear them just to get a idea of what they are going to be presenting.
No, we can talk to them about rescheduling.
Okay, we talked to them about rescheduling the meeting.
I mean, we have to act on the first one that we have the legal notice out for. We should do that first.
Okay.
And I think the board should put any reasons. We can proceed on the papers only, and the board needs to develop the record of why this should either be granted or should be denied. And I'll leave that to you. You're not going to be able to ask anyone questions, but you can identify the questions you have.
Okay, very good. So again, nobody is here representing the project. There were some concerns. We'll just go through the list. Customer parking is not really spelled out. We do not have a official architect or engineer drawing that was submitted to this board to review. On the submittal, it is stated they have no employees. You can run a business with no employees. The dumpster right now is not enclosed, and actually where the dumpster is, I don't know how they would access it for emptying it. There's a light standard on the TJP side of the building that is out of the ground. Condition of the vehicles, there's a lot of vehicles there that are obviously not roadworthy. Been in, obviously, collisions. One vehicle almost looks like it was hit, and all the parts are laying right there. It kind of looks like it was hit right where it's parked. There's numerous parts stored outside, leaning up against the building. It appears, it would be a question to the applicant, but it appears he's running a collision shop there. And also the vehicles that are parked up front There's probably 8 vehicles parked right up near the sidewalk. What is the purpose of those vehicles? With that, we will open it up to other board members for comments.
I also want to know, the oil separator, there's not one there, correct?
No, but I told them that would be a condition of the permit in order for me to give them an official certificate of occupancy. New York State requires there to be an oil separator in an auto repair garage separating any flows into the sanitary sewer.
Okay,
They're aware of that.
because they have it on the,
Well, they haven't, they were supposed to get with me as to what type of separator they wanted to put in and get an approval, but I haven't heard from them, so.
okay.
Any other comments from board members?
I don't have a comment, what I'd like to do is make a motion to table this based on, we need engineering drawings, we need measurements, we need stuff that we can look at and determine what's being proposed here, and we've received, at this point, hand-drawn stuff. All the other stuff mentioned is important, but this has to come first, and we don't even have engineered drawings. So based on our lack of engineered drawings, and certainly considering the comments that have been made, I'm ready to put forth a motion to table it. However, if there are other comments, table it based on the fact that, at the very least, there's no engineering drawings here. Nothing that we can truly judge from.
I am considering just denying it at this point. The applicant didn't even show up. Do we want to waste the board's time at this
To
point?
be honest with you, I'm looking at it from the perspective of trying to work with the person, but I also see from what I've seen on this site and what I've heard and know, this is going to be a very difficult situation. And I'm not saying, by offering to table it, I'm not offering my
Right.
support or my denial, but I can't do anything with what's been submitted to me at this point.
They didn't even show.
And the fact that they haven't showed up or shown for the meeting would indicate to me, I'm not sure it's that, are they still even considering this? I mean, we don't have any indication or any correspondence from them whatsoever. We just have, a meeting scheduled that nobody showed up for, so, yeah. I don't have a problem with that, to be honest with you.
Okay. We'll go through the normal agenda.
Certainly.
We'll come back to that. Any other comments for board members? Okay. Legal, Sam?
I would note that we're proceeding on the papers only. The board raised the concerns they have, which appear to indicate denial is what the motion is going to be. If any board members have any other concerns with this project that weren't put on the record, I encourage you to put those on the record. If you feel you've addressed everything, then that's all.
Okay. Very good. Code enforcement, Don? Kate?
Much as you said, I've reached out to them several times to try to correct these issues before we had this meeting with no callbacks. I've been down there, looked at the site, a plethora of unregistered vehicles. They're only allowed to have 4 unregistered vehicles for 2 bays. And then there's a requirement of, I want to say, 12 spaces required just for customer parking. 2 of those spaces are required for employees because I see 2 employees there when I'm there. I've stopped several times. So based on that, the parking diagram that they submitted is inaccurate. Handicap accessibility is inaccurate. The amount of unregistered vehicles they have is inaccurate. So there's a considerable amount of issues on my end. The debris outside's not allowed to be outside. So these are the things I tried to get in contact with him to correct before today's meeting, but unsuccessful. So.
Kate, anything?
Same boat.
Was there anything, Terry, from engineering? Probably not.
Terry had wrote a couple comments, but it's everything we've covered here today, so it's irrelevant. That and the owner of the property did put some money into it, cleaned it up nicely, paved the parking lot. Fortunately, did the striping wrong in accordance with today's codes. And there's some other issues on the property that you mentioned, that light standard, which has been knocked over, exposed electrical, that would need to be repaired. And a couple other provisions like the dumpster corral, the parts corral, things like that. The little fence is already there.
Yeah, so just one more comment from myself before we open it up to the public concerns. That area has come a long way over the past probably 10 years. The old Schmidt was bought, cleaned up. We got the brand-new car wash there. We got the Walgreens, the auto parts dealer. To the backside, you got, St. John Lutheran's Church. You got the smoking little diner. All these places are very nice buildings. Property is very well maintained, and this just looks like an eyesore for that whole neighborhood, the way it is at this particular point. Is there any public concerns and comments? No public concerns and comments? At this point, a motion would be in order.
I, Member Matuzak, make a motion to make a recommendation to the village board to deny these site plans.
Is there,
I, Member Fedorowicz, will second that.
on a motion by Member Matuzak, second by Member Fedorowicz, to make a recommendation to the village board that the proposal be denied. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Member Soha?
After listening to further consideration and comments from my colleagues here, I would be, yes, I'm in favor of denying this site plan, or this submittal.
Member Fedorovich?
Yes.
Member Morowski?
Yes.
Member Matuzak?
Yes.
Chairman Maciejewski?
Yes, 5-4. Motion is carried to make the recommendation to deny the application. Sam, so how do we want to legally carry this on now for this other one?
So we're aware there's another project here. This is just going to be a candid conversation about rescheduling. Do you want that on the record, or is it okay if we conclude the meeting?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
So we're just going to have a discussion about rescheduling with you. We can't hear it tonight. Do you want that on the record, or is it okay if we?
Well,
do you
let
want?
me ask you this question. We have to go to the zoning board next week. So all we can do,
Yep.
what's that?
You missed both of the planning and zoning.
So let's close the meeting unless you really want this on the record. We're just going to be rescheduling, it sounds like, and we can explain why.
Okay.
All right, so we can close the meeting and then just discuss.
Okay, at this time, a motion is in order to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Member Soha, seconded by Member Morowski. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. The meeting is adjourned at 7:14 p.m.